Once upon a time, Western developers led the charge. Red Dead Redemption, StarCraft, Doom, Witcher 2, the Halo quadrilogy. These were world-shaping titles, games that moved the needle, that pushed boundaries, that defined generations. But now, the conversation is dominated by Japanese games, indie darlings, and remakes. Why? Because the West got corporate, and it got lazy. What's going on, guys? Today we're diving deep into something that honestly should have been talked about years ago, and that's this. Before we even think about GTA 6, the gaming industry needs to clean house. Because let's be honest, even if we get GTA 6 tomorrow, even though we obviously are not, with the state the industry is in right now, it won't matter. We're not ready. Not as an industry, not as a community, not as consumers. We've let things slide for far too long. We've accepted mediocrity, wrapped in marketing. We've supported broken launches, overpriced content, and microtransactions riddled garbage. And then, we act surprised when nothing changes. So today, we're putting it all on the table. This isn't just a rant, this is a manifesto.
FBI, open up!
No, not that kind. Calm down. Here's what needs to change in gaming before we even deserve GTA 6. Let's start with one of the biggest insults to modern gamers. You buy a game, but you don't actually own it. You download it, but they control it. They can remove it, change it, lock it behind servers, gate features with accounts, tie it to launchers, disable it when they feel like it. That's not ownership, that's glorified renting. Oh, and Ubisoft? Yeah, I'm looking at you. You literally just told players that you can and will delete games they bought if they don't log in for a while. Delete, not hide, not archive, delete. We all heard loud and clear with you shutting down XDefiant that you don't believe we the players, the consumers, and your bottom line don't own the games we buy from you. Imagine that. You spend money, actual cash, and they decide whether you get to keep what you bought. That's not a future, that's a scam. We need to get back to real ownership. If I buy a game, I should be able to play that game whenever I want, even if the company shuts down, even if I haven't logged in for 6 months, even if the game servers are off, local play, offline access, DMR free whenever possible. Someone that we should look at and give credit to is definitely Steam. Their refund policy is solid. Offline mode, useful. Mods, they're supported. But even Steam isn't perfect. We need more pressure on platforms to guarantee consumer control. Because if we let companies like Ubisoft redefine what ownership means, then trust me, GTA 6 will come wrapped in chains. You'll be buying a product you can't keep, can't mod, and can't even play unless they let you. Can we just agree on one thing real quick, guys? Microtransactions are the cancer of AAA gaming. I'm not talking about cosmetic-only skins and free-to-play titles. I'm talking about full-price $70 games that still have in-game stores selling weapon boosts, XP packs, cosmetics, and other garbage you used to just unlock by playing games. This is what companies like Ubisoft, EA, Activision, and even sometimes Rockstar have normalized. You're not playing a game anymore, you're navigating a casino. Loot boxes, FOMO bundles, $20 horse armor 2.0. Seasonal drip feeds that make you feel like you're missing out unless you grind like it's your second job. Or, more conveniently, just swipe your credit card. You know what's the worst part of it? We allowed it. We laughed at horse armor back in Oblivion like it was just a joke, but now it's the norm. Going back to Ubisoft, you had several Assassin's Creed games where you kind of had to use the level boosting when it first released to actually get to the end game. But after massive backlash, they just adjusted the leveling, proving it wasn't even needed. Let's face it, if GTA 6 launches with a giant online store with $10 sunglasses for your characters, or $50 shark cards to skip content, will you be shocked? Probably not. But you should be angry. We all know this isn't gaming anymore. It's manipulation. It's psychological tricks designed to extract more and more from people who already paid for the game. You know what, guys? We have to stop normalizing this shit. Now look, I've talked about corporations a lot so far, but let's be real. We, the consumers, are part of the problem. How many times have we seen this cycle? A game is announced. Everyone's hyped. Red flags start popping up. Game releases and surprise, it's broken or bland or both. Everyone screams betrayal until the next trailer drops, and then they do it all over again. And you know what the studios see? Sales. This is basically because dipshits, like myself, sometimes keep buying this garbage. Yearly sports titles with barely any changes? Bought. Open world bloatfest with the same side quests? Bought. Buggy PC ports that run like wet spaghetti? Bought. Pre-orders for games with no gameplay shown? Bought. It's not just a problem, it's embarrassing. We need to stop rewarding failure. Don't pre-order. Don't buy day one. Wait. Read reviews. Watch real gameplay, not scripted trailers. Make informed purchases. Hell, wait for the game to go on sale for like 80% off. Looking at you, Liza P. I've been waiting for you to do it for a while now. I know you're a good game, but I just can't justify that price yet. What if a game sucks? Don't give it a second chance just because they patch it later. That should be the bare minimum, not a redemption arc. As good as everyone told me it has become, I still refuse to play Cyberpunk 2077 due to its bullshit at launch. I mean, come on guys, until we, the players, raise our standards, the industry has no reason to raise theirs. Now let's talk about PC. PC gamers have gotten the short end of the stick for way too long. You constantly hear PC Master Race, but let the gaming industry think you're a second-hand citizen. Here you are sitting around with a $2,000 rig, 32 gigabytes of RAM, a 3080 or higher, and what do you get? Stutterfests, crashes, broken shader compilations, bad UI scaling, lazy mouse and keyboard support, games locked to console resolution logic. And every time a dev gets asked about it, the answer is, nah, we'll patch it later. Later? Dude, I paid full price now. When you release a game, it should run. Period. I don't care what the excuses are. I don't care how many fucking platforms you're developing it for. If you took people's money, you owe them a functioning product. Or maybe you should just get the fuck out of the game. Get it? Get it? Get out of the game? Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. GTA 5. It released on PC a full year and a half later, and when it did come out, it worked. Rockstar set a standard. If they want GTA 6 to mean something, they need to uphold that again. Alright, let's talk money. We've heard the excuses. Games cost more to make. Inflation is high. 70 is the new normal. Let's pump the brakes. Inflation, sure it exists, but games have also never sold more units than they do today. These companies aren't bleeding, they're racking in billions. Their execs are buying yachts, not ramen. And if inflation were really the issue, they'd stop wasting money on, I don't know, over-the-top cinematic trailers that cost more than the game's marketing budget. Bloated dev teams with managers managing managers. And building tech they don't know how to use just to look next gen. Gamers aren't asking for the moon. We're asking for finished games that are fun, stable, and worth the asking price. So no, 70 isn't justified. Not when that's just the starting price for a game loaded with deluxe editions, season passes, battle passes, and microtransactions. If you want to raise prices, raise standards first. Here's a tough pill for the industry. Mediocre games are killing player trust. We're not even mad anymore when a game is mid, we're just numb. You boot up a new title and get the same over-designed open world with checklist missions, towers to climb, question marks on the map, and repetitive side content. You're not immersed, you're overwhelmed, it's not fun, it's fucking homework. Games are supposed to be art, expression, escape. Where's the soul? Where's the experimentation? Why does it feel like everything's been approved by 5 committees, 2 HR teams, and the CEO's best friend, Bob, before a single line of code is written? We need more risk takers, not focused tested products, more passion, less production. Because when everything feels the same, nothing stands out. And that's why indie games are thriving. They still take chances. They're not afraid to be weird, or raw, or real. The West used to do that, but they've forgotten. It's up to us to remind our faltering devs, the game companies that we love, even the ones that do something that is good, to continue down that path before it's too late. And that leads me to the final point. The West needs to reclaim its cultural dominance in gaming. Once upon a time, Western developers led the charge with games like Half-Life, Mass Effect, Deus Ex, GTA, Elder Scrolls, BioShock, Red Dead Redemption, StarCraft, Doom, Witcher 2, the Halo quadrilogy. These were world-shaping titles, games that moved the needle, that pushed boundaries, that defined generations. But now, the conversation is dominated by Japanese games, indie darlings, and remakes. Why? Because the West got safe, it got corporate, and it got lazy. Instead of tribalizing, we started copy-pasting. Instead of innovation, we got exploitation. And instead of magic, we got monetization. We need to bring back the ambition, the artistry, and the hunger to create experiences that aren't just profitable, but unforgettable. Because GTA 6, it's not just another release, it's the symbol, the test, the question. Can the West still deliver magic? So, what needs to change in gaming before we get GTA 6? Everything. Ownership needs to meet ownership. Microtransactions need to be reined in. Consumers need to wise up and stop rewarding mediocrity. PC ports need to be taken seriously. Overpricing needs to be called out, and mediocre game design needs to be replaced with passion and purpose. And the West needs to remember what it means to lead, not follow. Because even though I've outgrown the series, GTA 6 could be the most important release of this generation. But only if it's not just another product, only if it rises above the rot, and maybe, just maybe, if the industry listens, if we as players hold the line, then GTA 6 could be the spark, but the return to something greater, the return of belief. If you made it this far, you're a legend. Let me know in the comments. What's the one thing that needs to change in gaming right now? And do you think GTA 6 will rise above the rest or fall into the same traps? Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell. And if you're tired of the same old garbage, share this video. Let's make some noise. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and demand better because we deserve it. Be good to each other. See you in the next video. Peace.